Hey guys, welcome back to Reality Check. Now, if the Witcher series has taught me anything, it's that you should never go into an encounter unprepared. No, not that. What I meant to say is that you should never go into battle without a helmet. Stop it, no, not that. What I really meant was that you should always draw your longsword before pillaging the maiden's tomb. Yep, nothing sexy about that.
I'll come back once I'm done with the Griffin, just in case.
Fine. Happy hunting.
Oh, bloody hell, it's now impossible not to make this game sexy. But what I actually want to focus on is that also important pre-battle preparation of taking potions, read mind-altering drugs, before a fight. It's crucial to give our Witcher Geralt the upper hand when facing off against gigantic monsters. But is this a thing that people actually do? If you want to excel in combat, can drugs really give you the upper hand? The Berserkers were Norse warriors who fought with a nearly uncontrollable trance-like fury and were famous for their brutality on the battlefield. Prior to combat, they would work themselves up into a frenzy, terrifying their enemies, and as legends say, making them apparently impervious to pain. They are famously immortalized in the Lewis Chessman, an ancient chess set discovered in Scotland and made of walrus ivory. The Berserker characters can clearly be seen gnawing on the top of their wooden shields, such is their frenzy for battle. Nuts. So how did they achieve this berserk state? Well, it's possible that, like Geralt, they relied on consuming drugs before battle. The most likely candidates include hallucinogenic mushrooms or excessive amounts of alcohol made from the local plant bog myrtle. It's worth noting, however, that it is far from certain that they actually used drugs for this at all. A number of historians suggest that this group rage could just as easily have been achieved through the power of the mind. After all, being super drunk or having crazy vivid hallucinations might not have been all that helpful on the battlefield. Geralt uses his potions for a wide variety of active effects, everything from night vision and increased health to an increased chance of dealing a critical blow to your enemy. Very handy when trying to dispatch a 12-foot-tall were-elk or fiend bent on transforming you into a bloody pile of flesh. Effects like these, though, obviously aren't possible in real life. However, there is one drug-induced enhancement that has been pursued by armies for centuries and is also at the center of billions of dollars worth of scientific research today. Any ideas? Well, it's actually something we all grapple with to a certain extent every day: staying awake. Stimulants, including tea, coffee, and tobacco, have been used by historical armies to keep them from nodding off for hundreds of years. Prussian soldiers in the 1800s famously experimented with cocaine to keep them on their toes and gain advantage over the enemy. Fast forward to the Vietnam War and the US Army's large-scale use of amphetamines to help give their soldiers a boost in the harsh jungle combat. According to HowStuffWorks.com, on average, every American serviceman in the Vietnam War consumed as many as 30 to 40 amphetamine tablets every year. Obviously, Geralt can handle that dose in one day thanks to his Witcher metabolism. But for a human, that degree of use can result in dangerous side effects and addiction. Any drug administered to our fragile human bodies, you see, has a pronounced dose versus toxicity level. In fact, this would also be a problem if we were to adopt Geralt's approach of brewing drug mixes out of herbs on the fly. Sure, the majority of drugs used in medicines and pharmaceuticals are natural in origin, but the issue with making your own, and the inherent danger of taking herbal remedies, by the way, is that you have very little control over dose. You simply don't know how much active ingredient you're actually putting in there. And dose makes all the difference between getting the desired effect or causing your puny human body serious harm. Okay, so are there any drugs out there which could actually help keep a soldier alert and ready for combat without causing any nasty side effects? In a word, yes. Enter modafinil. This has been trialled and actively used on a wide scale by a whole range of countries around the world, although originally spearheaded by the US Armed Forces. This drug is designed to help military personnel function at peak performance for longer and stave off the effects of sleep deprivation. All the evidence suggests that it's really quite effective, with researchers actively testing its ability to keep soldiers functioning for 40 to 60 or even 90 hours without sleep. So, how does it work in the brain? Well, the precise mode of action is still under investigation, but broadly speaking, the drug stimulates the central nervous system, causing increased production of neurotransmitters, and these are chemicals which act in the brain on brain cells. A number of these neurotransmitters produced are also naturally made by the body during the fight or flight response. Now, the drug will never be able to keep people awake indefinitely. That's not its goal. It's more about compensating for the lack of cognition when you get all sleepy and restoring a baseline performance. Its most important role on the battlefield, it seems, is to remove human error, because exhaustion kills. Fatal piloting mistakes, decision-making errors, and friendly fire have all resulted from soldiers attempting to perform their duties under sleep deprivation. So tell me, are you surprised by the amount of beneficial drug use in the armed forces? And what type of narcotic cocktails would you like to see Geralt mix together before he heads into battle in The Witcher 3? Let me know in the comments. Last week on Reality Check, I investigated the history of weaponizing animals, and I also asked you guys what animal/weapon combos you'd like to see in Far Cry 4. Now, YouTube user The Gentheme used, "Still waiting for weaponized flying squirrels." You and me both, brother. You and me both. Okay, thanks for watching as ever, folks, and I'll see you back here next week for more Reality Check.